probably an understatement to say that our American education system is overly competitive. Learning is no longer students' primary priority anymore, since they are constantly competing for the highest GPA and doing things that will look good on their college resumes. Now, college admission rates depict the stressful results that competition can inflict upon students. According to U.S. News, Harvard University had a 6% acceptance rate in 2014, while Stanford University only had a 5.1% acceptance rate. These elite colleges only open up so many spots, generating the extreme competition in our American education system. Now, I can attest that I'm also guilty of participating in this competitive process. Pressured by our oppressive education system, I often find myself comparing my test grades to others, and thus inflicting upon myself a great deal of unnecessary stress. Competition negatively affects students' mental health and can cause cortisol levels to rise as students become more stressed by academic competition. Now, studies have proven that competition is killing higher education and discouraging risk-taking and creativity. The competitive environment is discouraging cooperation within schools, an essential element of human relations. As student success becomes solely centered on higher first-place trophies or higher SAT scores, our personal and sense of community is being destroyed by academic competition. So, what exactly is the root of competition? Well, competition is defined by where individuals aim to exceed others in success. And success is often the result of something called winning. Now, let's look at politics, for instance. If Donald Trump happens to win this upcoming election, would his victory be considered a win? We have so greatly altered our definition of winning. And so, how would you define winning? Now, I recently experienced an event that greatly changed my outlook on life. Back in February, I campaigned and ran for president of the Inland Valley region of Future Business Leaders of America. I prepared for months and rehearsed until my speech basically flowed in my veins. However, it wasn't enough. I eventually lost due to having less experience and popularity than my competitor. And I was on the verge of tears and depressed for almost 2 weeks. From this experience, I realized that life doesn't always go as you would like it to, and can therefore cause you a great deal of distress and agony. After some time, I realized that I truly had won from this experience, despite the fact that the title was not mine. I had won by speaking before over 500 people. I had won by overcoming my disappointment, and I had won by becoming mentally stronger as an individual. Competition can cause so much unnecessary distress and tarnish the definition of winning and success in our society. Though Merriam-Webster may define winning as the act of gaining a victory, winning to me is more than gaining a title or material reward. In our society, winning is defined by taking out the opponent and defeating the competition, which, since there are winners and there are losers, winning trumps our integrity and ethics as well as our compassion for others. Our education system has become a war zone rather than a place for nurture and growth through studies and interactions with others. After researching the different education systems around the world, I found that Finland's education system seemed to be the best. Finland's unorthodox education system generates the highest test scores and national average compared to other global education systems. Their test rankings are also significantly higher. For one, Finnish children do not begin school until the age of 7, and rarely take exams until they are well into their teens. The late developers are given an extra chance to catch up because they are not measured for their early academic success. And Finnish children also do not take any standardized tests until they are 16, which is their first one. Their teachers also teach 4 hours a day in the classroom and spend 2 hours of the day off for professional development. In comparison, American teachers usually spend the entire day at school, but they are not always fully into their teaching, and some teachers also focus on just gaining their salary rather than the education of their students. Though this may cause some issues since students are not measured by their intellectual abilities and separated as our American education system is, it allows students to cooperate and build upon one another, leading to higher average test scores. Due to its unorthodox education system, Finland spends 30% less per student than the United States and has 66% of its students attending college. Many classes in Finland are also limited to 10 to 15 students, so that they can learn off of one another and develop in a smaller and more interactive learning environment. In the United States, on the other hand, many classrooms can hold up to 40 students, and many teachers are only in class for the benefit of their own salary rather than the benefit of their students. Like I said, Finnish teachers spend 2 hours off for professional development. And in this way, Finnish students, they also get 75 minutes off for recess every single day, even high school students, in comparison to the American 25 minutes only for elementary school and oftentimes middle school students. So based on the research that I just presented, I think it's a sign that we should all just move to Finland and live happy, carefree lives. Well, competition is not always necessary for our success. As Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, competition has been shown to be useful up to a certain point, and no further. But cooperation, which is what we must strive for today, begins where competition leaves off. To improve upon our faulted education system, we must redefine the definition of winning and what it means to succeed. From my experiences, I've learned that winning does not only come from gaining a trophy or a title. Winning is derived from taking steps towards success and learning from your experiences. However, competition is not totally a bad thing. Occasional, friendly competitions and outside tournaments can help students grow and develop competent learning skills. With this being said, only when competition reaches its extremes and creates an unhealthy learning environment does it become a serious issue. And with this being said, we cannot allow our overly competitive education system destroy our humanity as a species. We must redefine the concept of winning and place less emphasis on competition in our education. Through a simple change in belief, we can together change how we view the world and truly succeed. Thank you.